What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in a building with another banger. Now, first things first, before we go ahead and get started today, I gotta say thank God for another day and another opportunity. Now, as y'all can see from the looks of the title and the screen today, I put together a very special build for y'all. Now, I'm going to be calling it the 4-way Rebounding Bully. And this build is actually to come out to a Catfish 2-way glass cleaning slasher. Now, we're going to be making it out of the power forward position. And we're also going to be able to get slashing, lockdown playmaking, and glass cleaning takeover. Now, when it comes down to the badges, we're going to be able to get anywhere from 76 to 82. Now, that's going to be as of Season 6. And then when it comes down to today's animations, with this build, we're going to be able to get elite contact dunks, pro dribble moves, and out of all NBA players, this one's going to be reminding me of someone who's been making a lot of noise recently, Draymond Green. Now, I got the Warriors in 7. Let me know down below, who do you have in the series, the Sacramento Kings or the Golden State Warriors? Now look, with this build, when it comes down to the attributes, we're going to be able to get a 100 plus when it comes down to our driving layup and dunk, perimeter defense, steal, and our offensive and defensive rebound. And when it comes down to our strength and stamina, both of these are going to be in the high 90s. Now, before we get any further, I just want to say thank you to everybody stopping by and showing your support. And if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. And last but definitely not least, comment down TG for thank God and where you're tuning in from. And I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with the response. So I hope you have enjoyed what you have seen so far. Let's go ahead and get started with the creation. So the first thing that we need to do is put it under the power forward position. Now, as far as when it comes down to the body settings, this is going to be the most important factor today. So when it comes down to our height, I'm going to go with 6'6". As for the weight, I'm going to go with 265. And then when it comes down to the wingspan, put this to 7'3". Now the body shape I like best today is going to be burly. Now from here we're all set to move forward and get started with this build. And I'm going to be straightforward with you. This is going to be a really overpowered Draymond Green, prime version of him. So when it comes down to the driving dunk, we definitely know that he's been able to posterize in the past. So I'm going to go with a 93. Now, when it comes down to the driving layup, I'm going to go with an 82. And then when it comes down to the close shot, go with the 66. And then as for when it comes down to the standing dunk, we're going to be able to put this all the way up to a 75. Now, we have 20 badges. And as you can see, we get Giant Slayer, Pro Touch. I also do like Acrobat and then Rise Up. But then from there, we get Fearless Finisher, Aerial Wizard, and then Gold Posterizer, Slithery, and Limitless Takeoff. Now, when it comes down to the next area of the shooting, just go ahead and put your free throw up to a 51. We're really not going to focus too much when it comes down to this area. Now, as for when it comes down to the playmaking, go with the 73 for the pass accuracy. As for the ball handle, I'm going to go with an 85. And then for the speed with the ball, put this to a 76. Now, right there we get 19 badges. My favorites are going to be Hall of Fame Ankle Breaker, also Vice Grip with Quick First Step on Gold, Unpluggable, Hyperdrive Clamp Breaker, Handles for Days with Killer Combos, and then Mismatch Expert is also solid. Now we have a good amount of attributes left over for the final two areas. So let's get started for the defense on the interior. Put this to an 80, and then as for the perimeter, I'm going to go with the 96. Now when it comes down to the steal, max is to a 99, 80 when it comes down to our block. And then as for when it comes down to the offensive rebound, I'm going to go with the 99. Now, as for the defensive, put this to an 87, and right there we get a total of 33 badges. Now, the ones that I'm looking at are going to be Pogo Stick on Hall of Fame, Box Out Beast, Rebound Chaser. We also get Workhorse and then Menace, Bronze Anchor, Gold Chase Down Artist, and then we get Challenger, Glove Interceptor with Gold Clamps. Now, if you want to make any changes or adjustments, go ahead and do so. But this is how I'm going to leave the build moving forward going into the physicals. So for the speed, I'm going to go with an 86. And then as for the acceleration, go with the 77. Our strength is going to be pretty overpowered, so go with the 95. As for when it comes down to that vertical, make sure you go with the threshold of an 82. Put the rest into our stamina. Now I'm going to go ahead and just leave it as is. Now, when it comes down to adding boosts to this build, take this into account. You get a plus 4 to 5 from buying your own. If you run with a teammate that has on Hall of Fame floor general, that's another plus 4. Now, the better we play, our stats will also gradually raise. And then when it comes down to activating 2 separate takeovers, that's going to be a plus 10 put towards 2 separate areas. So the ones that we get for this build are going to be the slashing, the playmaking, lockdown, and then we get the glass cleaning. Now overall, I think these are all solid options to pick from. First, I'm definitely going to go with finishing moves. Now if you want to get the most out of the playmaking, you definitely can pick one of these. But I would really consider extreme clamps, perimeter badge drop, or you could go with see the future takeover. Now I'm going to go with slashing and glass cleaning, and I think this is going to be one of the best combos to pair up with. Now let's go ahead and move forward to make sure that we made the build correctly. And if you followed every single step today, we should be getting these 3 comparisons, and we were able to create the 4-way rebounding bully, which comes out to a catfish 2-way glass cleaning slasher. Now I just want to say thank y'all for the support. Let me know down below your thoughts and opinions on this build, and did you make it exactly how I brought it to y'all, or did you remake your own version? Now my favorite thing is definitely that Draymond Green and Dennis Rodman comparison. Now look, take all of the boosts that I just mentioned into account, add everything up depending on how you picked your takeovers, and you're going to be able to see the true potential of what today's build is going to be able to do. Now from here, let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of the badge layouts. Now when it comes down to these badges for the finishing, I'm going to go with Bronze Giant Slayer. Also, Rise Up, Fast Twitch, with Silver Fearless Finisher, Gold, Posterizer, Core Limitless Takeoff, and then Hall of Fame Pro Touch. Now if you want to go the route of adding different badges towards this build, you can definitely go ahead and do so. Now moving on to the shooting, the only one that I went with was going to be Core Volume Shooter. Now as for the playmaking, I'm going to go with Silver Hyperdrive, Handles for Days, Core Killer Combos, Gold Quick First Step with Hall of Fame Ankle Breaker. Now this badge, I'm telling y'all, definitely going to be one of the best ones to put on, especially with that playmaking takeover. Now for the defensive end to wrap it up, I'm going to go with Bronze Anchor, Silver Post Lockdown, Gold Chase Down Artist, Clamps, and then Hall of Fame Glove, Core Interceptor, Rebound Chaser, and Box Out Beast. And there's plenty of different setups that you can go with when it comes down to this build, but I think this is going to be the best lineup of badges starting out for this build. Now before we get out of here, I just gotta say thank God for another day and another opportunity. And if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. And last but definitely not least, comment down TG for thank God and where you're tuning in from. And I'll be sure to get back to y'all with a response. And with all that being said though, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.